this is Kate with catchingupwithkate.com, and I'm going to show you real quickly one of our easiest ways that we save a little bit of money cooking from home. One of the things that we do to get enough protein is we eat a lot of black beans, and we cut a lot of recipes with that. Tacos and burritos and things like that, we will put in black beans, but one of the ways that we stretch it even further is we make our own black beans. We also do pinto beans and other types of beans in the crock pot. And I'm going to show you how easy that is to do. This is, I purchased these organic black beans at Whole Foods, and it was $1.99 for a pound. This is just under a pound. And I actually usually will wait until they're on sale and I'll buy a ton of them. But we just happened to be out and I wanted to do the recipe, so I was at the mercy of the regular price. But you'll see that it's still an awesome deal. These are 2 cans of black beans. They were right about $1, I think a little bit more than $1 a piece, and they are not even organic. So depending on whether organic is important to you or not, that might mean something. But anyway, I'm going to make a bunch more than that, and it will be organic for less money. So it's a couple-day process, but it's really, really easy. You're just going to put all your black beans in the slow cooker, or I suppose you can put them in any pot. And we're going to have them soak overnight. So you can see I just covered them with water, and I'm just going to let that sit without anything on them. So this is just going to soak overnight. Tomorrow I'm going to pour the water out and then refill it, and then I'm going to cook it. So this doesn't get plugged in or anything. It's just going to sit and kind of just prep the beans. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so it is the next day, and this is what's going on with our beans. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drain these just in a regular strainer and then put them back in the crock pot. And I'm going to put, this is some homemade vegetable broth, and I have been letting that defrost in the fridge for just a few hours. You can see that it's still quite a bit frozen, and that's fine. I'm going to be putting it in the crock pot so it'll just warm up in there. And then this is half an onion. It was actually frozen and in the freezer as well. I chopped up, just to save time, I chopped up 1 onion where I needed half of an onion a couple weeks ago, and continued to chop up the second half and just put it in the freezer. So this onion is actually frozen, and then I was completely out of fresh garlic. Normally I would put like 2 or 3 fresh garlic cloves in, and I was out. So this is just like the stuff like from Costco, like in the big bucket. I do not put any salt in until the end. I might put a little bit, but I don't cook it in it because I think that that just gets to be too much. So I'm going to just strain those. You don't need to watch me strain them. And then I'll show it with all of the products in, and then I'll show you the finished product later. So I drained and rinsed the beans, and then I put just enough water to cover them. And then I put in my vegetable stock. Now you can use all vegetable stock, but I didn't have enough to complete it. You can also use just water. I just feel like the vegetable stock gives it a lot more flavor. And then again, I just put in that's the vegetable stock. It looks kind of weird. That's because it's still not completely defrosted. I know that that's not fancy, but it totally works. And I've also got these frozen onions. You can of course use fresh onions, but if I think that's a hot tip for a time saver, if you use half an onion, cut up the whole thing, put the other half in a freezer bag, and you have it ready for your next crock pot recipe. And again, all of the garlic, crushed garlic. You can also just put in cloved garlic. That's fine. And I am going to put this on low for 10 hours. Put the lid on top, and in, I don't know, an hour or so, I'm going to go and like give that a nice stir so that everything's all stirred in. And I might also have to check it and make sure that all the liquid doesn't go away and, or I mean, isn't all sucked up, and you know, I don't want any of the beans exposed. So I might go in and put a little bit more liquid in there later, but for the most part, this is it, and I will show you our final results in a few hours. And I just wanted to show you the final result here after about 10 hours. I actually put it in another couple hours, so it was close to 12 hours. I pulled out our black beans, and here they are, just black beans. There's some onion and some garlic in there. I didn't put in any salt. A lot of people will put in salt after, but I just think that it's really flavorful with that. And I just wanted to show the comparison. So here's 2 cans of beans next to it. Beans are super inexpensive. It's about $1 a can. I think a little bit more for $1 a can. But we got all of this for just a little bit less than what I paid for the cans. And keep in mind that those cans are going to have a little bit of liquid in them too, and pretty much all of the liquid has been drained out of these beans here. I guess there's a little bit, but most of it's been drained. So basically, you just, if you're looking to stretch a budget, or if you're just looking to purchase less cans, for whatever your reason, I think that black beans is a really, really easy way to do it, and making it in the crock pot is super easy. So also, I will freeze some of these. So they will last in the fridge for, I don't tend to put them in the fridge for longer than 3 or 4 days. They might last longer, but my experience is 3 or 4 days, and the rest, what I do is I just put it in a airtight container in the freezer, and I use it in future recipes. So this little batch here will last me for several weeks, and we'll use it in burritos and tacos and rice and bean type dishes. So ta-da, there you have it. And I will actually post the recipe too on catchingupwithkate.com if you missed it, or if you just want to write it down or print it out or whatever. So, but it's crazy easy, and I don't get why more people don't do it. See you later.